Hello, everyone. I'm Lisa D'Amico. I'm the curator for the Rockefeller Gallery, and I have the pleasure today of speaking to artist Barbara Chen, and she is in the upcoming Timeless Blooms exhibit. And Barbara, I am so happy to speak to you about your pieces. They are very different than the other pieces in the exhibit because the other pieces are much, they have more of a painterly style and a little bit more what I would consider realistic. And
Very
you,
realistic.
yes, and you bring a really fresh and unique approach. Could you talk about your style?
Sure. For how long? I'll make it short. No, when I was younger, I was very into cubism and I was very into color, unlike the cubists. And one day I did a drip painting as in my class, and the way the drips were forming, they were in these shapes, and I thought, wow, if I could take these shapes and then color them in, and and if you even look at Cezanne, um, he does a lot of there's a lot of geometry, there's a lot of solid shapes in there, and I just kind of put them together and then just started drawing and painting the way I do.
You have a beautiful, identifiable style. And I think Picasso would have been jealous of your approach.
The young Picasso.
Yeah. The young Picasso. Um, you also tend to work in related color palettes, almost muted. Is that intentional?
I spent also in my youth, I spent a few years studying color theory and Joseph Albers, and um, I can't help but follow his prescriptions.
Well, his prescription has served you very well.
I also only use four colors plus white. I use cadmium yellow medium, cadmium blue, no, a cadmium red medium, alizarin crimson, and French ultramarine blue.
Hmm.
And and white. And everything I do is a result of mixing those colors.
Oh, that's very interesting. How do you get to the final product, to your completed painting? What is your process? Because some artists just go directly to canvas, some draw it out, some draw it out on the canvas. How do you approach each piece?
Well, I always start, well, I paint from a photograph. I need to be able to see. I can't visualize, I can't imagine. Um, and I take the shapes of the my subject and I put them into a drawing. And then it just flows. I mean, you can have a circle and then you can have a shadow, but a shadow in the circle, but then you gotta move it this way and move it that way. And oh, look, what if we do a little more down here? So it's just a flow. And so I do it in black and white in a drawing. And then I take the basic shapes and I put them on the canvas. And then I do the same thing on the canvas, only if it's an apple, it's going to be red. There's going to be red in there, but you can't just have a red apple, otherwise it would look red. So you have to introduce other complementary and colors into the mix.
You're brilliant at creating those nuances with color, like you're talking about. Is there a subject matter that's more challenging for you? Because you also do this, your technique, your aesthetic, you apply it to portraits as well. Is it easier with something that's more of a still life?
I think it's harder. There's more moving, there's more parts to a still life. In a portrait, you just have a face, and you know that's it. With a still life, there's multiple pieces. I don't do a lot, and they're all different colors. With a portrait or with an animal, it's it, it's the same subject there. So I find landscapes very difficult.
Oh, wow. S- You bring a very unique vision. And I think for you, it obviously comes naturally. But as a viewer from the outside, it has such a mathematical complexity to it. But I think for you, it's just like you just make it look effortless.
Well, I've been painting like this for um, probably longer than you've been alive. A long time, a very long time. So it is second nature to me.
Well, it's wonderful. And it's an honor that your pieces will be in the exhibit. And
Oh, the honor is mine.
I can't wait for people to see your work up close and really get a sense of all of the work that you put into each piece. It's wonderful. People should definitely come to your website and they should definitely follow you on social media. But to be up close with your work is a really an experience.
Why, thank you. It definitely looks better in person. And then I get to talk to you.
Thank you, Barbara, so much, really.